Hi guys, so if you've been watching my videos for, well, a good few years, you would have seen me make this. It's a Blood Bowls Sevens pitch. Well, I say make. I sort of started it, didn't quite finish it. So I'll leave the links down below where you can get all these wonderful files. This is by Kraken Studios. Absolutely awesome stuff they make, because they also do a zombie game and tons of zombie stuff, which I absolutely love as well. But anyway, back to this. So yeah, this is a Blood Bowls Sevens pitch. So it's a little bit smaller than your typical Blood Bowl pitch. And the reason I made a smaller one, well, was so it fit on my desk. But I will say it's like I've had this channel nearly 5 years now. Love making stuff. Sometimes though, when I do make stuff, I run out of steam, run out of energy or enthusiasm for what I'm making. Unfortunately, this was one of those such projects because, well, as you can see, there's absolutely tons of stuff to this. It's not just the pitch, it's a full stadium. There's the people there watching. There's these areas where you put your figures when they get knocked out. There's dice towers. Oh, there's tons of stuff to this. And that's why I say, honestly, if you want to make an awesome Blood Bowls pitch, Kraken Studios is where you want to go. My problem was I 3D printed everything out in one hit and then tried to make it in one short go. And yeah, it just became too much. I'm saying even these I made working lights. So inside there's some batteries, there's some leads going up, and then there's bulbs in the spotlights, because that's exactly what they are. So I made them working spotlights. So as you can see, I did fairly well getting a lot of stuff printed and painted and assembled and all the rest. But yeah, there was still this big box, and honestly, I just got to a stage where I can't do any more of this, so I stopped, which is a shame because I didn't make the rest of the pitch and it wasn't complete. I didn't play on it, so I'm still yet to play Blood Bowl. The other problem with this 3D printed stuff is obviously this is resin. It warps after a while, and you may have seen I've now got a Bamboo Labs A1 printer, FDM printer. But I love FDM printers now, which is so weird to say because I used to hate these because they were slow. And well, in my experience, they hardly ever worked, or I had a lot of issues with them. But yeah, the Bamboo F1 had it printing for a good couple of days, printed out loads and loads of tiles, and they don't warp. I love it. They are perfectly flat, nice 90-degree angles on the edges. Everything's perfect. And the other thing I love now about FDM printers is the fact that you can clip things in, because there's a lot more give to obviously the things you 3D print. So like this, yeah, little clips, put it in one, and then just push hard and it clips in, keeping the two things together perfectly. So yeah, so I'm making another board. So this time I'm not going to go as mad and 3D print everything. I'm literally just want the board itself because, well, me and my son want to start playing. So I've also got lots of Blood Bowl boxes of the teams. And again, I've had these for like 2-3 years, just sitting around waiting to be painted. But like everyone's got their own little pile of shame or pile of opportunity. But I really want to play the game. So yeah, that's why I've had this second go at making the pitch. This time keeping it a lot simpler. Say doing it with the FDM, which is great because this stuff doesn't warp. And the fact because it clicks in together, every time I normally make any kind of board up, I have to buy the board, like the MDF sheets. And while they're not crazy expensive, it typically is about £15 for a decent sized bit of MDF to make a board with. This stuff, because obviously it's been clipped in together, I've not had to put it on a board, and it doesn't warp. And it's honestly, guys, you guys probably been using FDM printers for years. I used them a few years ago, didn't like them, didn't get on with them, mainly because you had to put them together, try to level them, and then I just had so many failures. Whereas I say, this Bamboo Labs A1, this video isn't sponsored by them, by the way, guys. This is just me genuinely being excited about their printer. And yeah, I've been printing out loads and loads of bits, and well, I would say they've all come out perfectly. Oh yeah, some of these files don't have the little clips or these little raised bits. So I 3D printed, well, loads more off. I say that's the joy of 3D printing. You can print whatever you want. And yeah, I've made my own little crosses. But yeah, guys, honestly, go check out Kraken Studios as well. Say they do obviously the Blood Bowl stuff. They do some fantasy dungeons stuff. They do some sci-fi stuff, and they do this Apocalypse Dawn, which again is the zombie thing. And yeah, absolutely love it. from terrain to miniatures to cars, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, with this, obviously it goes together really, really well. There are a few fine gaps, and at the when I was obviously making this, I wasn't sure whether I was going to do what I did before, which was kind of put down fake grass, or this time just sort of paint it. Because obviously there's a lot of texture in these tiles to make it look like stones and grass and just sort of weathered bits. Um, so yeah, so I thought I'm going to go through filling all the gaps while I was sort of wondering or thinking about how I was going to actually finish off the board. Plus, I like using filler because it does just, well, it says what's on the tin. It fills in. So as you can see, I've got a few billboards around the edge. I've got the scoreboards. I've kept it so much simpler than I did before. Honestly, guys, there's so much stuff you can print out with this. It's great. I mean, I might do that eventually. But that's why this time I thought I'm just going to make the board itself or the pitch just so I can actually get some teams painted and actually play this game. Because I know my son's eager to play. Although I have been watching a lot of the gameplay and the rules and all the rest of it. And as much as it is, obviously, Blood Bowl 7 is simpler than normal Blood Bowl, there still seems a lot of complicated bits in it. So I think I'm going to have a go at rehashing the rules to make it even simpler for me and my son to play. Plus, I like the idea of combining sort of English rugby, maybe a bit of wrestling, which I know this kind of is in a way. But yeah, I'm gonna change the rules up a little bit just to make it even simpler and easier for my son to play. So again, I'm going through all this bit. I still wasn't sure, but then when I started looking at the board, there's a lot of board to paint. So obviously I've done the priming in black, dry brushing in white, so it is ready for me to sort of slap on some speed paints or dipping inks or whatever it is I was going to use. But because there is so much of this board, yeah, as you'll soon see, I changed my mind and I didn't want to paint it because there's just too much, and I'd go through so many bottles of paint, which I'm getting a bit low now. I must admit, I'm getting low on my paints because obviously, well, the last few years I've been doing a lot of painting. So keeping everything really simple. All the wood I'm just doing in the one colour, and yeah, say even with the static grass, I've gone for a real cheap grass. Obviously, it's not static one. I think this is one basically like sawdust. Because I did have a go at making my own sawdust fake grass some time ago. Yeah, check out the videos for that. Again, this is me just waffling, guys. As you know, if you have been watching my channel for a while, I don't do scripted videos. I'm just a guy sitting at a desk messing about. I do this now full time, but for me, it will never be a proper job. So that's why I'm not going to script things or do any of that malarkey. I'm just making stuff that I want to make to play with, to use. And then I'm just going to talk over it and waffle, and hopefully you guys will stick around to the end. So like I did before in the last Blood Bowl pitch, I do like the striped looking pitch. So I've got this sort of plain one, and I've got this other one. I couldn't find them with much difference. Well, I went from the light green to a really, really dark green, which looked really pants. So I've gone for this other green, which has got a little bit of sort of specks of yellow and brown in it, but it's just enough to obviously make it look different. So once it is all done, then yeah, you can see some nice stripes. So when I did put all this down, obviously I put more down than I needed. I took it outside, blew the excess off, which obviously just flew everywhere. And then yeah, it came out looking, oh, looking how I wanted it. Some nice stripes going across it, which is just, yeah, love it. So obviously I need to do the outer edge of the board. So what I thought I would do is combine those two greens. And I also brought the sort of this brown, well, brownish looking sawdust stuff, just to mix all three in together, just because then that can go around the outer edge of the whole board to make it look like it's sort of unkept and just sort of dirtier looking grass. And then the bit I'm really looking for, I must admit, the whole thing, this is what I was looking forward to doing the most. If I can find the link, I'll get the link for this. But guys, just basically type into Google billboard signs for Blood Bowl 7s, and you'll get loads coming up. So apologies, guys, that I can't say who this was from because I can't remember. I got this, well, I've had this for a couple of years. But that's all I did was typed in Google Blood Bowl 7s, billboard banners or whatever, and then loads came up. And then one of the last few things to do, and that's the white lines. Obviously, the easiest way of doing this, a couple of bits of the sellotape or masking tape even, put them down and then just dab over the top the white lines, and then pulling the stuff off. Does pull a little bit of the grass off, but not too much. Obviously, I left it a good couple of days for the glue to sort of do the grass. And then yeah, last little thing, paint a few of the bits around the edges. I've printed out obviously all the scorecards and all the rest of it. And now, yeah, I genuinely can't wait to finally play a game of Blood Bowls. I would say I bought this box, well, the original box, over 2 years ago, or when it first came out, the Blood Bowls version 2. So I've had it ages. Saying it's still not played a game. That's why I made the original or the first version of the Blood Bowl Sevens pitch. But then yeah, I just got overwhelmed by the fact that I printed so much out. I was never going to get it finished. Whereas now I've got a nice simple board ready. Me and my son are going to play a few games soon. So you will see some videos of me painting some of the Blood Bowl miniatures. If you've got a favourite one, let me know. I've got quite a few boxes, which I will be painting up very, very soon. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that fun stuff. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.